All right, this is the question I have for you, Lovett. You made this your distant relative now. You talk, you establish a connection. Now, what happened to that connection? What do you do about it now? Are you still connected? What do you do about that? Haven't reconnect yourself now?
Well, thank you for that question, because boy, oh boy, do I have a story for you. In my journey, I have always been, because I am an only child, I have always been in the company of a very large group of cousins. I think when we were at full mass, and we've lost many over the last decade. We've lost a lot of family members. I think I had about 35 first cousins. That's a lot of first cousins. And those were the ones that I knew, right? We were always together. Every weekend, we were part of a gathering that either had to do with my father's Masonic brothers, or my mother's family, or my father's family, or all of them together. So I was always deeply and richly connected to all my family members. I was always the diplomat that made them speak to one another, because I didn't have an axe to grind. I didn't have any sides to take. I've always been the ear that listened to and kept everyone's confidences. So over the years, and recently, I would say about 12 years ago, I became a member on Ancestry.com. And I thought, oh, well, this will be fun. I might as well look, because people are starting to leave us and people's memories are fading. So let me just get some information to jog some memories. And when I started to input data, a name popped up, and a person reached out to me saying that they were names that appeared on his family tree that appeared on mine, and he thought that we might be related. And I thought, oh, this is some guy trying to pick me up on the internet. So I said, well, if you think you're my relative, send me a photograph and I'll let you know. Well, he did send me a photograph, and he was the doppelganger of my mother's brother. So that unnerved me, and we started a conversation, and he asked me to gather the family together, because he had been doing some research and he wanted to share it with as many family members as possible. So I did that, and I gathered about 10 family members together, and he came down from Rochester, New York, and brought his presentation. And I was so overwhelmed by the amount of time that he had invested in this research, but also that he was a person of modest means. He was a veteran. He was of modest means. And he said, and I asked him the very question that you're asking me, why? And he said, well, Dee, one night I went to sleep and I had a dream. And he said, a male ancestor came to me and said, it is your job to remember this family. You have to bring them all together. And he said, I can't do it. I don't have the means. I don't have the inclination. I don't have the cooperation. I can't do it. And he said, the ancestor in his dream said, you can read, can't you? And he said he woke up, and it was as though he was driven on a mission, and every question that he asked was answered, and he seemed to have been guided to go to different places to obtain information.